I believe it's working. Yes. Cool, looks like we're live. Oh, let's get a good stretch in before we begin. Alrighty. Cool. Alrighty. Alright, sounds good. Let's take a look here. No, I don't want to go to Brazil. No, I don't want. Wait. That looks good. I don't want to go to Brazil. there we okay. Let me hide this now. Good morning, everyone, by the way. Welcome to the party. All right. Today, we're going on a special... Today, we're going on a special PragerU field trip. That's right. We're going to Brazil. 6, 7, 8. Yes. The number 8 most viewed video from PragerU is this one. Let's try that again. The number 8 most viewed PragerU video is this one. How socialism ruined my country. And as you can see, it's Brazil. Oh boy. See, this is it's gonna be nice, I bet. So the joke, there's like a meme that's like, come to Brazil. You're going to Brazil. And there's another. Nobody really wants to go to Brazil. Let's be real. So, and just like real Brazil, nobody wants to watch PragerU. Get that out of here. But we're gonna. I joke. There's places in Brazil that are fine. Is there anything else I want to add? Thumbnail's boring. Okay. Let's just dive in then, shall we?
Many American millennials seem to be drawn to socialism. They came out and...
They bring out this guy. Ooh, look at that jawline. This guy's 100% gonna be a fascist. Just so y'all know. Spoiler, I've seen the video. I already know this. All right. I'm sorry, before I get too sidetracked here, I want to point out the title is How Socialism Ruined My Country. So, I would like to operate under the premise that this video from PragerU is going to tell us exactly how socialism has ruined Brazil. Yes, Brazil. Famously socialist Brazil Because when I think of socialist countries, the first thing I think of is when I think of socialist countries, the first thing I think of is Brazil.
Many American millennials seem to be drawn to socialism.
Hey, that's me.
They came out in big numbers for Bernie Sanders in the 2016
Oh God.
presidential primaries.
In 2022, but we're off to a rough start. He's calling Bernie Sanders socialist. Okay. Oh no. Actually, a more accurate descriptor would be... Let's try that again. Actually, a more accurate description of Bernie Sanders would be social democrat. But no, this guy, this is the kind of guy who's gonna call all of it socialism. He's not gonna be... Ugh. You know how... You know how these far-right wackos are. Comrade Bolsonaro bringing socialism to Brazil. Yeah, sure he is.
They rail against capitalism on their college campuses. They wear Che Guevara t-shirts to signal their socialist virtue. I know a lot about...
Okay, hold up. They rail against capitalism at their college campuses and while wearing Che Guevara t-shirts. Man, we're burying the lead a lot here. What was the point of this? The point of this was him saying that American millennials like socialism. I haven't seen anyone
wear Che Guevara t-shirts.
I don't think I've actually ever seen anyone wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt. That might just be my anecdote, but I don't think I've ever seen that. Normally it's like... No, the real socialist people I know, you have to like convince them to put on clothes in the first place. Hold on, let me chat background, there we go.
To signal their socialist virtue. I know a lot about socialism.
Oh,
I live in Rio de Janeiro, and I work throughout Brazil as a journalist for a popular magazine.
Hold up. Actually, now I'm suspicious. I know a lot about... Oh, that's kind of weird. Huh, when I... Hold on. There we go. Okay. I know a lot about socialism. I was born in Rio de Janeiro. I don't get it. How does that work? How does that mean anything? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Brazil. The country, not this guy. That's his last name. Wow, his last name is Brazil, and he's from Brazil. That's kind of silly. I know we joke that like PragerU deliberately picks like the token people for their videos for each topic, but really? Brazil from Brazil? Alright, hold on. I wanna actually... I don't know a whole lot about Brazil, but they speak Portuguese. They had Pedro II and Bolsonaro. It's kind of all I know. Felipe Moura, Brazil. And it's all in Portuguese. I can't read this. How do I translate? There's like an auto-translate for Wikipedia, isn't there? Shit. Hold on, what does he work for? Veja, there we are. That's the magazine. Look, he's got a page on Wikipedia. And a very low-res image of him. Alright. It's just the one video. Alright. Veja. It's a footwear and accessories brand. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. Veja, Brazil. This is boring, I know. We're gonna cut this down, don't worry. Ah, you got a link? What's this? Columnist Crusoe and anchor of Papa Antagonista C-Link, Brazil's biggest political influencer on Twitter. Oh boy. And he's got the PragerU still. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to go through the effort of translating all of this stuff. I don't really know Portuguese that well. Oh, here we are. Ha! Okay, Veja this is what he works for. What did he call it? Hold on.
And I work throughout Brazil as a journalist for a popular magazine.
Kind of weird he didn't say the name of the magazine, don't you think? Anyway, this is the magazine. Veja? I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm not going to read that. Okay. Veja is a Brazilian weekly news magazine published in Sao Paulo and distributed throughout the country by a media conglomerate, blah, blah, blah. It's the leading weekly publication in the country and one of the most influential outlets of the Brazilian printed media. Veja publishes articles on politics, economics, culture, world events, entertainment, and war. It also regularly includes editorial pieces related to themes like technology, ecology, and religious debate. All right. Here's the part we care about. It has been described as politically aligned with right-wing movements. I got 3 sources here, though it does not describe itself as such. Well, there we go. That explains a lot. Is there anything here I care about? Oh, look at this. Actually, yes, I should care about. During its early days, Veja was known for publishing hoaxes as facts. In 1975, it declared the Loch Ness Monster was real before ultimately recognizing the news as fake. Oh no. This was a while ago. In 1983, it republished an April Fool's Day prank from the British magazine New Science. Oh boy. According to Veja, scientists were able to fuse the molecules of a cow and a tomato in order to produce tomato-flavored meat. Oh my god. But a lot of this was like in the 80s, so it's a while away. A while ago. Okay, but here's more interesting. On 2005, as part of its growing right-wing agenda, they had defended the Veja defended the rejection of the prohibition of firearms in that year's referendum. According to Folha de São Paulo columnist Barbara Garcia, Veja tried to mislead readers, presenting the referendum as a proposition of the ruling Workers' Party, and its owners had a conflict of interest in campaigning against banning firearms. Veja's publishing company, Editoria Abril, was a business partner of the Berman family, owner of the Brazilian cartridge company. Wow. So the publishing company that he works for is partnered with an arms manufacturer. That's I didn't expect we'd get off to a great start like this. Oh man. I know there's a lot of stereotypes about Brazil, like being violent and crime ridden, but holy shit. How far are we into the stream? We're only like 15 minutes and, and we're already into arms manufacturing. There's a bit in here about Lula. What, in the Wikipedia page or the video? We're getting to the video later. Oh yeah, the scandal. During the same year as all this, it was responsible for several news stories about the Mensalo scandal. That was the one involving Lula. I forgot his name. I forgot not his name. I forgot the name of the position he held. President. Yeah, president. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, both. Yeah, okay. So just so y'all know, just hold on. This will look so much cooler once I've edited it together. I promise you all. So just so y'all know, the Mensalo scandal, that's the one where Lula, the president of Brazil, was indicted on a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of his other cabinet was too. Just kind of funny that these people were writing reports about it during the same year as all this stuff. So just a fun little thing to tuck away in the back of your mind. Maybe that's poisoning the well, but I think context like that is good to know. All right. That's enough. That's enough about his background. Let's keep going, yeah? Also, wait, controversy section, paragraph 2. Hold up, let me look. Oh, wow. Okay. Whoa, wait, maybe we should read the whole thing. Oh, wow. The third paragraph down here, Lula sued Veja. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay, we're not going to read the whole Wikipedia. It's not really great content, but that's a good thing to look at, good to bring up. Going to be relevant in this video really shortly. Just so y'all know, when they send us, they're not sending us their best. Oh no. No. Oh boy.
In the early 2000s, Brazil's economy was growing rapidly.
Okay.
The government had enacted economic and monetary reforms and divested holdings in some state-run companies, giving the private sector more room to breathe.
Wow, look at that. A PragerU graph that actually makes sense. He's talking about the economy growing, so I guess it's like, what? GDP? You should probably label what kind of growth we're looking at here on the y-axis. Because, like, we'll just assume GDP, I guess. Economy growing, how else would he measure it? That's all they care about. They enacted economic and monetary reforms, divested from state-run companies, giving the private sector room to breathe. Whatever. Okay.
Inflation, a chronic problem in Brazil, was dramatically reduced.
Hold on. I looked this up earlier. This is actually true. Yeah, I think it was during the first one here. Yeah. Can we see this on the screen? Yeah, now during the 80s and the 90s here, boom. This top number here is 2,947%. That was the inflation rate in 1990. It's holy crap. Now this was this happened before the subject of this video, but man. Oh wait, no, I'm glad I looked this up. Hold on. You look at the inflation rate since then, it's down starting in 97 and on, it's like 6%, 4%, 8%, 14 right there. But it's like it's relatively flat, especially compared to that. But if we zoom in, look at this. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, this is fine as long as it's within. 2003, 14%. 2004, 6. What was his claim again? When did this start?
Economy was growing rapidly. In the early 2000s, Brazil's economy was growing rapidly.
Okay.
The government had enacted economic and monetary reforms and divested holdings in some state-run companies, giving the private sector more room to breathe. Inflation, a chronic problem in Brazil, was dramatically reduced.
Okay, inflation was dramatically reduced.
Foreign investors.
All right, and then he drops the point. Inflation was reduced in the early 2000s. I mean, if we zoom out here, I mean, looking at the graph, looking at the big picture, the inflation was reduced a bit earlier than the 2000s. It started in the 90s. All right. Let's start 2000 to 2010. What's that look like? No, in the early 2000s it kind of spiked up and then it jumped down the next year. In 1 year it was like halved, and then it just, this is relatively stable. Between 3 and 6% is pretty stable actually. So no, you didn't do anything with the inflation. God, is this whole video gonna be like this? Oh no.
Chronic problem in Brazil was dramatically reduced. Foreign investors poured into the country, eager to catch a portion of our expanding economy. The future seemed promising.
Foreign investors? Yeah, man, they all came. Wait. Where's my glasses? There we are. Venezuela kicked them out. They all went to Brazil. Get it? Because in the last video, in that one video with Brazil, no, you get it? Because in the one video with Brazil, there was bags of money flying out of it, and now it's
to
like
catch a portion of our
arrows are flying in. They like to recycle these things, don't they? All right, what's next? We want to catch a portion of our growing economy. Okay, sure. Good. Maybe Brazil's becoming a player on the international stage. Good for them. This is good for them. That's called. Wait, glasses again. That's called globalization. That's called globalization, baby. Wait. What's his name? Felipe? Is that how he pronounces it? Hold on.
I know a lot about socialism. I live in...
I don't remember his name. Does he have it at the end? Hold on. I want to get it right. I don't want to be like an American and get it wrong.
I am Felipe Moura Brasil.
It is Felipe. All right. Felipe Moura Brazil. We'll just call him Felipe, because that's like see that dumb face of his? Felipe. Me and Felipe, we go back. We used to be roommates in college. He never cleaned his dishes. Look at that face, see? He would go out and get drunk on the weekends. And then he would come back and cry because girls found him weird. I don't know the point in this bit. I'm going to stop it. All right, what else you got for me, Felipe, baby?
In the early 2000s, Brazil's economy our economy being investors history. Lula da Silva employment and debt to the country, eager to catch a portion of our expanding economy.
What you got, baby?
The future seemed promising. But today, our economy is in shambles, unemployment and debt are massive, and powerful politicians are being investigated for involvement in the largest scandals of fraud and corruption in the country's history.
Isn't this happening like everywhere?
What happened?
Tell me.
In 2002,
tell me.
A socialist politician named Lula da Silva ran for the presidency.
Oh, he thinks Lula's a socialist. Now, I'm not super familiar with Lula. Was Lula a socialist? He worked with the Workers' Party of Brazil. I know that. They got a star. They got a red star. That might be a socialist. It's potential. The Workers' Party is a political party in Brazil. Some scholars classify its ideology as social democracy. Great! I told you. Lula's a socialist, just like Bernie Sanders. Oh, God. So, like, how can I argue with people who are like, they don't even understand basic political theory? Oh boy. What do? You don't argue with them. You beat them. Is there anything else I care about here? It's the largest left-wing party in Latin America. Well, that makes sense because Brazil's like the largest country in Latin America, both size and population. All right, so okay, fine. It makes sense. They're just gonna call anything that's like to the left and they don't like. They're just gonna call it socialist. That's what these people do. You know, they're fascists. I know. Now I'm doing it. I'm playing. They call everything socialist. I'm calling everything fascist. Except, well, there's some truth to it. But whatever. Give it to me, Lula. Give it to me, baby.
He was a socialist, but painted himself as a modern, cool kind of socialist.
I'm uncomfortable. I genuinely forgot they did he's he's wearing the shirt and glasses bit, and he's got uh, an earring. I don't have an earring. Oh, that's amazing. Oh man. Can you imagine what me and Lula here? We're about to what? I can't do this without laughing. Me and Lula here, we're gonna hit up Rio. We're we're gonna we're I- we're gonna oh my god. Me and Lula here, we're gonna hit up Rio. We're gonna go to a pool party. We're gonna pick up some chicks or some envies if you're cool with that. we're gonna pick up your ill-gotten gains from the capitalist overlords. Oh my god, I literally can't breathe. This is amazing. Hold on, let me slide to the left. Hey babe, you come here often? I can't say anything else. This is just ridiculous. The fact that they like actually put a Hawaiian shirt on him is hilarious. This is their idea of what a cool person looks like. This is genuinely, he said, hold on. What did he say? It was
He was a socialist, but painted himself as a modern, cool kind of socialist.
This is what they think. A modern, cool kind of socialist. This is what they think a cool person looks like. Dennis Prager watches my videos. Man, I miss going to pool parties. I've never been to a pool party, but I miss going out. That's what I miss. Oh man. Better watch out, Felipe. Me and Lula here are gonna double team your mom. We're gonna, and you know how socialists like to double team and work together. We unionize, and then by the end of it, you're not gonna recognize her anymore because she's gonna be Antifa. We're gonna convert your mom to Antifa because we're so cool. All right, I gotta stop with this bit. This is ridiculous. All right, what else? What else is gonna happen?
He would be the politician who would heal national divisions and unite everyone.
Is that true?
He even had a nickname, Lulinha
A lot of politicians say that, but like I never believe it.
Paz e Amor, which means Little Lula Peace and Love in Portuguese. But the old message about the need for income redistribution to decrease inequality was still there. The media, academic...
Whoa, wait, what? Hold on.
But the old message about the need for income redistribution to decrease inequality was still there.
Oh, so he's saying like Lula was a socialist, but he said he was a cool socialist. But the old message about the need for income redistribution is still there. He still wanted to decrease inequality. That evil socialist. Wait. Okay, so Felipe, you're approaching this, reaching the conclusion that this is bad. Hold on. You're already approaching this with the conclusion in mind that this is bad. Why is this bad? How far are we into this? 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'd like to point out that the premise here was how socialism ruined my country. And I don't think... How's this tie into that? It doesn't. It doesn't. Spoiler, it doesn't.
The media, academic elite, and celebrities assured Brazilians that by transferring the money from the rich to the poor could finally be richer. But the only ones who really got...
All right. So, this is what makes me call him a fascist.
Media, academic elite, and
Try it again.
to decrease inequality was still there. The media, academic elite, and celebrities...
The media, academic elite, and celebrities. Yeah. Yeah. You're a fascist, Felipe. That guy's really cool. Yes, I am. Thank you. Funny. Haha, LOL. But saying that the media, the academic elite, and the celebrities are all working together to push socialism, yeah, that's Nazi shit. I'm sorry. That really is. That's not like... I know that's not like what we associate with Nazism, but oh man, come on now.
assured Brazilians that by transferring the money from the rich to the poor could finally be richer.
Hold on. They assured them that by transferring money from the rich to the poor could finally be richer. All right. I mean, yes.
But the only ones who really got rich were Lula and his corporate and political friends.
Ah, but they were corrupt, he says. It's not socialism.
It only got worse under his successor, Dilma Rousseff.
Oh. Wait, you're not going to explain the corruption?
The socialists.
Okay, maybe he does here. Wait, I'm sorry. What? Hold on. This is disjointed.
Rich were Lula and his corporate
The only ones who got rich were these people.
and political friends.
Okay.
It only got worse under his successor, Dilma Rousseff.
It only got worse.
The socialists.
It only got worse under his successor. She gets a whole image and a name drop, and then he drops it. He drops the subject of Lula's successor and just moves on. That's kind of sus. That's looking mighty sus. But the only people who got... Hold on. The only people who
transferring
got...
the money from the rich to the poor could finally be richer. But the only ones who really got rich were Lula and his corporate and political friends.
His corporate and political friends. Wait, I thought he was a socialist. He has corporate friends? How's that work? Oh, because the media, the academic elite, those people are all socialists too. Even though you work for Veja in your part of the media. Yeah, okay, sure. Hold on. We gotta talk about the scandal, I guess. My cat's meowing for me. Impeachment. It's not there. British car wash. Oh, this scandal isn't even that. Wait, hold on. Did Lula actually make money? Ugh, I can't spell his name. What is his net worth? Forbes. Had his assets frozen a while back. Wow, this article is not very not very well organized. All right, fine. Net worth. Doesn't say anything. Wow, he received $100,000 for a 50-minute speech to LG. Nice. That's a lot. All right, I'm not seeing it anywhere. All right, whatever. What else you got?
It only got worse under his successor, Dilma Rousseff.
It only got worse under his successor, Dilma Rousseff. No explanation.
The socialists increased government spending, deficits, and debt. They called it a stimulus.
Okay, fine, whatever.
They increased the minimum wage and the benefits of social programs. They call it social justice.
Did they really? I'm not gonna fact check that. That seems kind of silly. I'm willing to bet it's probably misrepresentation, and he's just saying social justice bad. Also, hold up. This guy is like painting this guy's painting the sign here. He's got like a step ladder in the middle of the road. This is not good. Latin American OSHA, I guess.
Benefits of social programs. They call it social justice. They increased the salaries and retirement benefits of the civil service.
Okay.
They called it investing in the future.
You are burying the lead here, my guy.
They handed out thousands of jobs in the government and state-owned companies as favors to their political allies. And they
is this true?
called it good governance. It worked for a while.
Did they do it just for their political allies, or did they have like a public works program? What did they call it? Maybe we can fact check this.
And they called it good governance.
Good governance. All right. I got a couple things here. What's this? Corporate governance in Brazil. I have no idea what website this is. This is boring. Nothing there. This is cookies. This is Spiegel.d. It's a German website. How good governance made Brazil a model nation. I don't know if this is going to agree with Felipe. A rigorous battle against corruption and poverty ushered in new freedoms, growth, and increasing equality, winning the country respect around the world. Huh. It's a good start. This is a boring. This is long. I don't want to read all this. If I just Google work, what comes up? Oh, I was looking for like a work program. Ah, right here. Well, this one seems very, very different. Unlike Lula, now 66, recovering from cancer, Rousseff was quick to root out slightest hint of corruption, kicking out 7 ministers within her first year in office. Huh. Interesting. The new president devours the files across her desk and has an extraordinary memory for statistics. Asked by a news reporter whether she knew how many jobs her government created, Rousseff created 1,593,000 in the first 6 months. So it's like 1.5 million new jobs in 6 months. I don't know if this is true, but this article feels like it might be buttering him up a bit, but I Googled, he says they called it good governance. I don't see any. This is not helpful. Deficit spending and stimulus spending is Keynesian. I am messing the word up today. Shit, and he's saying it's socialist, Lamau. Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is the guy, he calls Lula and he calls Bernie Sanders socialists. He calls like the whole party like the whole Brazilian Workers' Party socialist. He doesn't know what socialism is. Good governance, Brazil. Here's an idea. Brazil, new jobs. What comes up? 2020. This is a lot. This is about this is COVID stuff. Brazil, new jobs. Lula. That'll be the answer. How President Lula changed Brazil. BBC News. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to read all this. Can we just type in jobs? Here we are. Wow. Okay. Brazil's business community has come to appreciate its one-time boogeyman. In the breakfast room at my Sao Paulo hotel, gaggles of BlackBerry-wielding entrepreneurs begin their business deals for the day, riding the wave of an economy that will grow by about 7.5% and create some 2.5 million jobs in 2010. We've done well by Lula, so no one is complaining, one suited diner told me. Wow. That's a lot of jobs. Are you telling me... Hold on, Felipe, are you telling me Lula has 2.5 million friends that he gave these jobs to? All right. You know what? Maybe if that many people... Is it possible that it's like he's misrepresenting this and it's like they created a public, like a massive amount of work, like wasn't there a works program, or am I like confusing it with something else? Bolsa Familia? That's not it. Alright, whatever. I'm getting like too caught up on this. We need to keep going. Lula's just a really friendly guy. Shit, man, if he's got 2.5 million friends, yeah, maybe he deserves it, you know?
It worked for a while. Socialism always works at the beginning.
Someone's been listening to Debbie D'Souza. They said this in the Debbie D'Souza video talking about Venezuela. It worked for a while. Wonder what that means, a while. Log that away in the back of your mind.
But government spending just kept going up, and then Lula's socialist paradise fell apart, and the economy fell with it. The outcome? From 2008 to 2015, government spending grew nearly four times.
Hold on. 2008 to 2015. All right.
Government spending grew nearly 4 times as fast as tax revenue. The economy shrank.
Look at that.
Government spending grew nearly 4 times as fast as tax revenue.
No numbers, no nothing. There's a PragerU graph for you.
The economy shrank 3.8% in 2015, the worst result in 25 years.
Wow. It shrank a whole 3.8%, huh? In 2015, huh? And this is the fault of Lula, huh? The economy shrank 3.5%. What? You know, when he says the economy, I would like a metric I can measure. What's, do we get a source? Now we're going to do the dance where we look for a source. Oh, look, the page doesn't exist. No source for you. Oh, man. Well, maybe I can Google it. Maybe there's another page. PragerU. Well, here's a video. Sources? No sources. Facts and sources. Here we are. Look at that. Related reading, Thomas Sowell. Watch, Brazilian journalist Felipe, blah, 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 discusses the impact of socialism in Latin America. He's citing a video of himself talking with Dennis Prager. Wow, for 35 minutes. That's amazing. All right. Economy. Let's see. I want to see the metric they use. Here we are. 2015, it shrank nearly 4%. Cool. Source, Bloomberg. That's a good source. Let's take a look. The link here, Goldman's BRIC era ends as funds fold after years of losses. I don't want to sign in. Oh my God. Wow. That's how they cite their sources, huh? It's gotta be behind paywalls because it's all the oil money gives them Bloomberg subscriptions, apparently. What's this one? PragerU. Doesn't exist. This one is a link to their own website on PragerU. It's supposed to be a PragerU video, but it doesn't exist. That's nice. In 2015, the socialist policy of the successive administration resulted in the economy shrinking nearly 4% An economist rating the once booming economy is one of the world's worst. Wait a minute. Didn't you already link this earlier? Yeah, you did. You gave the same link twice in your list. Who the fuck wrote this? They used the same source twice. Can I open this in... This won't work in incognito, will it? Nope. It won't. Alright. Okay, so I can't really read the rest of this. Or can I? I wonder if this will work. But the first paragraph here says, the bank's asset management unit folded its money-losing BRIC fund, which invests in Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and merged it last month with a broader emerging market fund. Goldman Sachs pulled the plug on the 9-year project because it doesn't expect significant growth in the first. It doesn't expect significant asset growth in the foreseeable future, according to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So, not exactly sure this article says what they think it says. It says they don't expect growth in any of these countries. Yeah, it doesn't work. All right, we can't read it. You can't read the source, so it doesn't exist. I was hoping it would be like a... I don't know. I was hoping it would be like some weird metric that they use to say the economy shrank 3.8%. But I can't even find the metric, so I can't even debunk that.
That same year,
well, wait, hold on. Let me try something else. Brazil economic growth. World Bank. Well, let's see what comes up. Man, give me a graph. Oh, words? Why do they write in words? Words are stupid. Brazil is projected to fall into its deepest recession on record. All right. Economy of Brazil. This might be it. Recession in 2014. Hey. Brazil has remained stuck in the middle income trap. Oh, yeah. The middle income trap is an economic development situation in which a country that attains a certain income gets stuck at that level. The World Bank defines as the middle income range, gross national product per capita remain between 1,000 to 12,000. According to the idea, a country in the middle income trap has lost its competitive edge in the export of manufactured goods because of rising wages. However, it's unable to keep up with more developed countries. All right. Yeah, suffer from a lot of stuff. All right. So they hit a recession. And apparently that's socialism. That'll be the... I should have just said that instead of going on this rabbit hole. Oh, here we are. Changing GDP, right? Yeah, this is the graph I was looking for. Perfect. Finally, I went through all that effort just to finally find a graph. A graph of the GDP. Wow. Because PragerU is not going to offer it. Here we are. This is GDP growth by year. Yep, he said economy shrank 3.8 in 2015. Yep, there we are. 3.8, 2015. Yep, you see it right there. Boom, it just dropped. Okay, they hit a recession. The economy shrank in 3.8, 2015.
The worst result in 25 years. That same year, a World Bank survey...
The worst result in 25 years does sound like cherry picking, doesn't it? Can you find me a country? Can you find me an economy that has not ever had a recession? All right. I'll wait.
Survey found Brazil's economy to be one of the world's worst. Out of 189 countries, we were the 16th hardest place to open a business.
Oh, good. We're getting like something actual and concrete here. This is good. 16th hardest place to open a business. I'm not really sure. Actually, I'm not really sure what metric, how you would define that. But what was it? The IMF? Was that what it was?
That same year, a World Bank survey found Brazil's economy to be one of the world's worst.
Okay, World Bank, fine.
Out of 189 countries, we were the 16th hardest place to open a business.
Shit sucks, man. That's what it's like when you have a recession.
The 60th most difficult nation in which to register property.
I'm sorry, this 60? We're number 60 in registering property? I mean, it's not so bad. Could be better, but I mean, you're kind of yeah.
And the 12th most complex place to pay taxes.
Ooh. Well, that's not good. Then again, hold on. Most complex place to pay taxes. Oh, China is the worst. That's nice. TMF group? Like, United States is kind of complex, but the least complex is the Cayman Islands. Okay. Yeah, that's all I needed to see, really. All right, World Bank. What have you got? I don't know what this graph is for. This is weird. Why is this? Oh, is it loading? Oh no, wait. Well, looks like the stream is fine. And just... Alright, you know what? Why don't we just close that page? Because I think that might be loading a whole lot. Alright. Let's go.
Economically and morally, the almost 15 years of socialist policies have greatly harmed...
I'm sorry, 15 years? When was Lula elected? You told me. I already forget.
In 2002, a socialist...
2002? He was elected in 2002.
The almost in which to register property
Oh, baby. Oh, that's a long time.
policies have greatly harmed Brazil, and the 12th most complex place to pay taxes. Economically and morally, the almost 15 years of socialist policies have greatly harmed Brazil. We also remain among the world's leaders in murder and robbery, and we rank near the bottom of industrialized nations in terms of education and healthcare.
Somehow I think this guy would call improvements to those things socialist as well. It's just a vibe he's putting off.
Americans take it for granted that they can be born into the lower
This is Americans. Look at us.
class and reach the middle or even upper class. Many Brazilians take it for granted that they can't.
He's literally lying to my face about my own country. Take it for granted. I wish I fucking could.
Can't. But finally, some things are starting.
How does that work? Brazilians take it for granted that they can't. How can you take... What? Oh, I take it for granted that I've got cancer. How does that... Maybe he's just not familiar with, like, English idioms and I'm making fun of him. That would be kind of bad. I'm sorry. Felipe, baby, I'm sorry.
To change. There may be reason for hope. Today, but finally some things are starting to change. There may be reason for hope.
A real socialist is coming?
Today, more and more Brazilians see that capitalism and limited government are the only way forward.
Fucking ha. God, that is not a good looking... I pause on a dumb looking face there.
Thankfully for Brazil, Lula has been charged in several lawsuits for corruption, involvement in a criminal organization, influence peddling, money laundering, and obstruction of justice.
Okay, this I do know. Thankfully for Brazilians, he's been charged with this. No. All of these charges were like bullshit, like right from the start, because he was gonna run for president again, and they dropped all these charges on him, so he couldn't run. I'm like 90% certain that's what happened. Hold on. Cause yeah, 9 charges, found guilty of 1. The fuck just fell over? Oh, hi, Victoria. What do you think of Lula? What do you think of the charges that were brought up against Lula? Were they bullshit? Especially because he was up against, like, Bolsonaro was like, oh yeah, that's the kind of guy who would 100% be backing some bullshit like that. There was something here. bullshit. Yeah. Moro's a fucking joke of a judge. I don't really know anything about him. I don't really know all that much about Brazil, to be honest. Americans. Hold on. The page here doesn't say what I thought I read a while ago. Ah, here we are. Ah, here we are. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. This part is going to go in the video, so, you know, if you want to be in the video, start talking in chat, guys. Hold on. While I'm doing this, actually. I think I just got rid of my chat. Crap. My bad. All right, whatever. Okay, here we are. On 9 June 2019, The Intercept published leaked telegram messages between the judge in Lula's case, Sergio Moro, and the Operation Car Wash lead prosecutor, Delton Dallagnol, in which they allegedly conspired to convict Lula to prevent his candidacy for the 2018 presidential election. And there are 7 sources for that one. Moro was accused of lacking impartiality in Lula's trial. Following these disclosures, the resumption of legal proceedings was determined by the Supreme Court. Moro has denied any wrongdoing or judicial misconduct during the course of Operation Car Wash and his investigation of the former president, claiming the conversations leaked by The Intercept were misinterpreted by the press and that conversations between prosecutors and judges are normal. Moro became Minister of Justice and Public Security after the election of President Jair Bolsonaro, and it is disputed whether an agreement was in place prior to Bolsonaro's election. 100%. I'll call it. 100% it was. Like, also you're talking about like corruption being even Felipe here is talking about like corruption being a thing in Brazil for a while. It's like, here it is, right there. The information published by The Intercept prompted reactions both in Brazil and overseas. A group of 17 lawyers, ministers of justice, and high court members from 8 countries have reacted to the leaks by describing former President Lula as a political prisoner and calling for his release. United States Senator Bernie Sanders said Lula should be released and his conviction annulled. If according to Felipe, that's another socialist, so what did he know? Representative Ro Khanna asked the Trump administration to investigate Lula's case, saying that Moro was a bad actor and part of a larger conspiracy to send Lula to jail. American political commentator Michael Brooks, hey, full disclosure, that's how I first learned of Lula, from Michael Brooks, a vocal candidate for the former president, asserted that Lula's imprisonment and Moro's alleged political motives had rendered the results of the 2018 election fundamentally illegitimate. So, there we are. Let's see if there's more on this. Info money, The Intercept. Let's go directly to The Intercept. What have you got for me? Oh man, they got like a nice picture and everything. Exclusive. Brazil's top prosecutors who indicted Lula schemed in secret messages to prevent his party from winning the 2018 election. Yeah. This is like a long article. I've seen this before. I'm not going to read all of it. Don't worry. I just want to see if there's like something specific I can pull up here. Leak. Leak reveals ethics failures in operations car wash. Yeah, also kind of suspicious that like also think about it from a different way. Even if it wasn't, even if like even if Lula did do all this, right? Isn't it kind of suspicious that Bolsonaro, the next guy coming in, is going to appoint the judge who convicted his most likely political opponent who would have beaten him? Isn't it kind of suspicious that he would have appointed Moro to a higher position after that? That alone is kind of like, that's kind of strange, don't you think? There's like a lot of stuff in here. I should leave these in the description of the proper video. All right, but that was, there's a lot of stuff here that I can like read out. I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out if you're interested. There we go. We'll put that clip in the full video. Yeah. So it's like they just threw like what, 8, 9 charges up against him, managed to, hoping one would stick. Most of them didn't, and one of them one of them was weird. Hold on. The one weird one that they managed to throw him in prison for was like, well, look at that. That makes you ineligible for running for office. How convenient. Yeah, all right. And you might say, it's a conspiracy theory. But it's like, this doesn't need a conspiracy. This just needs like, you just really need like 2 people to pull this off. Well, 2 people and no one able or willing or so inclined to stop it. That's a funny thing I've learned about a lot of, like, since Trump has come and everything with him. I realize it's like, it's not a matter of whether something is illegal or unethical. It's a matter of who is going to stop them. Because with Trump, it's like, no one's going to stop him. So he can do whatever he wants. And that's the more important thing. All right. I think that's enough of a clip. That's enough of a quote we can do for this video. Let's carry on.
Rousseff was impeached in 2016 for falsifying the government's finances and illegally using money from state-owned banks to run the government.
I don't know much about her. What was her name? Rousseff? Dilma Rousseff. Impeachment of Dilma Rousseff. Uh-oh, LGBT controversies. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well, that's not what we're here for, but after Brazil legalized gay marriage, a spokesperson for the president, Dilma Rousseff, announced she had suspended distribution of sex education videos through the Ministries of Health and Education, saying that anti-homophobia kits, as they were known, were inappropriate for children and did not offer an objective view of homosexuality. All right. 2014 elections, she supported the criminalization of homophobia. Okay, so not a black and white issue then. Impeachment. All right, what have we got? Didn't put her in prison, I note. Just impeached her. Dilma Rousseff. The Dilma Rousseff impeachment was another absurd chapter in our political history. All right. Oh, I got gas all of a sudden. I seem to remember, like, vaguely looking into this when it was happening. This was like years ago now, but I seem to remember looking into it and thinking like this was kind of weird, but it did seem. I remember coming away with with an opinion that like she may have crossed the line, but I don't really remember much of it. But the Lula thing was like day one. It was like that's suspicious. This is weird. Something's wrong with this one. Uh, this is a big page. Huh. Rousseff was also accused of fiscal peddling in her administration, an accounting maneuver to give the false impression that more money was received than was spent. Ooh, that's fraud, baby. The government allegedly failed to fund public and private banks that managed public payments, including social assistance programs, blah, 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 forcing the banks to finance the programs themselves without compensation. The Rousseff administration's budgeting allegedly used this peddling to improve its fiscal outcomes and make the surplus for the years 2012 to 2014 appear larger. Wait, what year was she in office? (2011 to 2016). Oh, hey, wait a second. Whoa, wait a second. I just realized something. So, he's decrying all this stuff, talking about all this stuff is happening in Brazil. And as he's going through this, he's blaming most of it on Lula. He just brings up Dilma Rousseff at two moments here. When her impeachment and early on when he says Lula's successor was worse, but that's it. He doesn't actually explain anything else. And now but by the time he's talking about the economy crashing, Rousseff was in office, not Lula. Why is he not? That's kind of That's kind of weird that he didn't mention that. Wow. And that's why my videos are 40 minutes long and PragerUs are 5. All right. Well, if that's really what happened with the impeachment, I think there's a little more to it, but that is kind of weird. Also, I want to point out that's like according to this page here, what he described, what Felipe described in the video as the government of Brazil was spending more money than they were bringing in tax dollars. So that happened under Dilma Rousseff. That didn't happen under Lula. That's part of why she got impeached. Wow. Wow, Felipe. Hold on. What was his name? That's not it. Hold on. Someone linked to his Twitter. Let me pull that up. Oh, weird. Wow, Felipe. That's kind of slimy. All right, whatever. We'll move on. That is
on the government. This crisis prompted the new government to freeze federal spending, reduce the government's role in state-owned companies, and to encourage some of the massive federal workforce to resign.
That one's weird. There it is, though. Libertarians. Hey.
No one knows whether these basic measures will be enough to rescue the government's...
The way he said that is just kind of funny. But...
this crisis prompted...
This bit here is very much like we're just wrapping it all up because we got to get the video finished.
...the new government to freeze federal spending...
freeze federal spending...
reduce the government's role in state-owned companies...
reduce the government's role in state-owned companies...
and to encourage some of the massive federal workforce to resign.
Encourage some of the massive federal workforce to resign. Can't help but feel like he didn't really explain much of these things up until this point.
To resign. No one knows whether these basic measures will be enough to rescue Brazil economically. Truthfully, the damage has been so extensive, it may take decades for the country to recover.
Wait, what damage? What damage? The only damage he mentioned was the economy shrank by 3.8%. And he didn't even use the proper measure of the GDP shrank because we hit a recession. He just said the economy shrank because socialism failed. So what this stuff here he mentioned is reduce
government's role.
Freeze federal spending. What does freeze federal spending look like? I wonder. At least in this case. I'm not going to pull it up. I don't care. But it's like this kind of logic is used for austerity. For like, oh, we have to worry about the deficit. So now we're going to cut all the Medicare and your grandma's going to die because we're not going to give her dialysis anymore. Why, Mommy, why does Grandma have to die? She has to die for the deficit. All right. Is that what you want? Look at that face. See, I could very easily see this face here, like pushing policies like that. What else you got?
Truthfully, the damage has been so extensive it may take decades for the country to recover. But if we do, it won't be socialism that saves us.
Oh.
American millennials, take note. I am Felipe Moura Brasil for Prager University.
Wow, that was horrible. So again, once again, we don't really get a definition of socialism, but that's typical. It won't be socialism that saves us. Millennials, take note. Okay, boomer.
Extensive, it may take decades for the country to recover.
Okay, I got a point. We gotta mention something kind of obvious here. Title of the video, as you can see, up there. How socialism ruined my country. So, not only did he not explain how socialism ruined his country, he didn't even explain how his country was ruined. I was hoping for more. I was hoping for him to be like, "Oh yeah, ever since Lula came in, Brazil's been a crime-infested hellhole. Murder's high. The murder rate's this high. Corruption's everywhere." And it's like, it's not necessarily any worse than it was beforehand, but he's pointing at specific examples of it. That's what I would have expected, because that's the kind of arguments people like this make. We didn't even get that. We didn't even get a good. I think someone got stabbed here. Yeah, this was awesome.
Near the bottom of industry leaders in murder and robbery, and we rank near fatally harmed Brazil. We also remain among the world's leaders in murder and robbery, and we rank near the...
Well, someone's got to be... someone's got to be number one.
American millennials, take note. I am Felipe Moura Brasil for Prager University. Hi everyone, I am Felipe Moura Brasil, a journalist and columnist in Brazil. PragerU videos have made a deep impact on me and many Brazilians. If you have been...
Maybe that's why your country's having some problems.
Impacted by these videos too, please consider making a donation to PragerU. Your support will help ensure that PragerU can keep these videos free and continue to make a difference.
Why is he's in an orange ball? One more thing I wanted to bring up. I would be remiss in my duties if I did not bring this up. So, you know what we're gonna type in, right? U.S. backed coup Brazil. 1964 Brazilian coup d'etat. Coup d'etat. Here we are. The 1964 Brazilian coup d'etat was a series of events in Brazil from March 31st to April 1st that led to the overthrow of President Goulart. I'm sorry. By members of the Brazilian armed forces, supported by the United States government. Boom, first sentence. The basic reforms plan proposed by Goulart had the potential to socialize the profits of large companies. It was labeled as a socialist threat by right-wing sectors of society and the military, which organized major demonstrations. I don't need that. Labeled a socialized threat by right-wing sectors of the society and by the military. And of the military. Wow! History repeats itself. Look at that. The coup brought to Brazil military regime politically aligned with the coup brought to Brazil a military regime politically aligned to the interests of the United States government. The regime lasted until 1985 when Neves was indirectly elected the first civilian president of Brazil since the 1960 elections. I am mispronouncing some of this, but yeah, I'm mispronouncing some of this because I'm not familiar with Portuguese. More familiar with American and Mexican pronunciations, but we don't speak Portuguese in either. Oh wow, I missed a lot in the chat. I saw someone specifically if they're gay. Yeah. Just making it like hate crime stuff. That's not necessarily harboring homophobic sentiment. Because how do you prove homophobic sentiment? That's kind of hard. Because it's like, who's that guy? He's gay. Maybe I don't like him. It's fine not to like someone. Especially to the dictatorship. Oh yeah. Bolsonaro and his peers often defend. Oh yeah. I bet Bolsonaro would love to be. It's gonna be like, I'm the dictator now. Those are difficult, dark times. I can imagine. And like, oh man. And it bothers me that I know people don't, even in America, I know people don't like Joe Biden, but like it bothers me that's like this could very easily happen here in the US too. Although, yeah. Look at that! Happened with Lyndon B. Johnson, a Democrat. Operation Brother Sam was the code name given to Kennedy's plan to prevent Brazil from becoming another China or Cuba. Yeah. They lost Cuba. Kennedy was not happy about that. All right. So, I think that is pretty much all I need for the video. We're going to stop recording. Cool. And now I will edit that down in the next day or two. We'll upload it. It'll be snappy. It'll be fun. So if you missed any of it, don't worry. If you missed any of it and you want to see the rest, don't worry about it. It's going to be good. Also, I actually like editing those kinds of videos because it doesn't take like 100 hours. I'm still I'm still doing. Yeah. I'm still working on that one Dave Rubin thing I mentioned. The big video essay. We're still working on it. It's a lot. It's got a lot more work. I have a habit of underestimating myself, overestimating myself, underestimating my script writing, whatever. This one. But that wasn't real socialism. No, dog, that wasn't. What? Literally, what about this was? Is it socialist when you have a recession? That's not. That happens to everyone. That's not. You can have a recession without any. No economic system is going to be immune to that. Meanwhile, Venezuela be like, same bro, there it is. Little surprised he never mentioned Venezuela. That would have been fun. But the leftists are good in one thing. After fail, they always somehow manage to convince lots of people it wasn't leftist fault and they must try it again. And so on to the next fail. What? As an Argentinian, I want to cry every day because of socialism. What? Sounds a lot like how the liberals are trying to ruin Canada. Oh my god. Well, does anyone else feel like dying? See, I spent time looking at stuff, Googling stuff for this video. People like this aren't gonna do that for me. They don't care. Alright, I don't really think I have much else to say about this all the time. Well, that's normal, to be honest. It's fine. And and Victoria, if you're still here, thank you for backing me up on whatever it was. I forgot. Cool. Oi. Ugh. Sometimes I finish some of these and it's like, now what? I don't feel like fulfilled. What's the next one? Okay. So the next one in the list, the next PragerU video on the list is PragerU versus YouTube. Oh boy. And they're like boxing. And then after that is, where do you want to live? Red state or blue state? All right, we're not doing it today because I'm tired now. I'm gonna wind down here, but it's just a hint. Oh wait, it changes when you zoom in. This one right here, right above me. PragerU versus YouTube. That's the next one. Oh. 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 This is the one where they cry about censorship. That's gonna be fun because it's not like talking about another country where my intellectual honesty kicks in and I feel like I have to like do a little bit of research to talk about it. No. I can just jump in and say, yo, you people, you fucking beta pussy. Just stop posting shit that gets demonetized. It's easy. And then the one after that, over here. Where do you want to live? Red state or blue state? Looks like that'll be number 10. Well, maybe War on Boys might. Some of these videos, like as I'm going through the list changes because some get more views. But that'll either one sounds good. Where do I want to live? Red state or blue state? Blue state, easy. I wonder what metrics they're going to use for that one. That'll be interesting to look at. And is Denmark socialist? Oh boy. All right. Well. Thanks for watching, everyone. It was fun. It was a blast. We're going to get this up in a day or two, and depending on how I feel, we might do another one this week. Yeah. If there's any other video in particular y'all would like me to go over, be sure to send it my way. We'll take a look at it. Maybe we'll get that done instead of another PragerU video. Maybe we'll get both done. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Take care.